how many of you remember RAD, RUP, Spiral? Yeah, okay, so there's a bunch of you my age, all right. So RAD, RUP, Spiral, you know, it was around a long time ago. It was Agile, but it was a fad of the month kind of thing. It came and it went. So you might be wondering, well, what would make Agile different today than RAD, RUP, and Spiral? Is what we're doing today that much better or that much different? It's not, but there are some reasons why Agile is no longer the fad of the month and why it really makes a difference. So in fact, actually, let me ask you another question. So how many of you are wondering where we are in terms of this whole Agile thing and the cycle of our profession? Anybody kind of, yeah, okay, so we're gonna address that too. But how did we get here, and why did the Scrum Alliance, why did Agile in its current version, its current life cycle, why has it gotten so much traction? Why did it get introduced into every single knowledge area in the PMBOK Guide a year ago when the PMBOK Guide 6th edition came out? It wasn't because the manifesto was somehow so much better than the prior approaches. It was that the environment had reached a point of receptivity. And what do I mean by that? So those of you who remember RAD, RUP, and Spiral probably remember the Intel 88 chip or the Motorola 68,000. Yeah, I see a few heads shaking. Right, so you remember when you got that first smoking hot 13.5 megahertz XT? Yeah, okay. So back in the day, right, we had that kind of infrastructure. And then the density of chips. You're familiar with Moore's Law? Right? Density doubles every 18 months on the chip. And so that has driven an infrastructure change to where we ended up with the infamous Pentium 4, which could calculate really well until you got to certain large numbers, and then it went off the rails. Remember that? And then the Spark 7 came out. It was mind-boggling how big and how fast. By the way, anybody here carry around one of those pieces of magic glass in your pocket that you still call a phone? Does anybody here use that more than 50% of the time actually as a phone? See, it's magic glass. It's a GPS, it's my shopping list, it's my contact, it's my calendars. It's all that stuff because the density of chips allowed the formation of a communication medium called the internet, which some of us remember started out as ARPANET with 213 hosts, and today there are more than 1 billion hosts that are associated with, connected to the internet. The internet now connects more than 1/3 of the global population. It has created an environment that has never existed before in the history of humanity. Your ability to find people with like interests or specialists or people who are really brilliant in a particular topic and bring them together as part of your team. By the way, because we're talking about Agile, part of your cross-functional team.